What's up, guys? Legacy and Media here
What's going on?
for D2R Esports, and today we have Cam the Goat.
What's going on,
online
Cam?
with us. Say what's up, Cam.
What's up? How's
So,
it going?
Cam's been away from Critical Ops in the scene for a while now. We don't need to go into the details of that, but what we're here today to do is to talk about the return of Cam. So kind of walk us through what's going through your mind, and the tournaments that we have coming up, and how you feel like as a player you possibly have improved your mentality, and what your goals are for 2018.
Well, we got ESL coming up, and the team it just now started back up. It's like pretty much a fresh start for people that like keep up with D2R. You know, like a lot of the members left or got kicked, so like it's pretty much a fresh start, and we're already like able to beat top teams, and it's going pretty good. But as far as my goals, it's just to be able to come back and get D2R and also myself back up to #1, like with no, like I just want to do it, and I'm sure a lot of people want to see it.
In your opinion, was it hard to come back after the break?
Actually, no, not at all. Like I thought it was going to be, but I just played a little bit, and just got in my mind that I wanted to do it. And then once you put your mind to something, you just do it.
Oh yeah.
And I tell everyone that, like, if you just really want to be a good player, or you just really want to do something, you just put your mind to it. And that's what I did. And so, like, I'm not fully back, but like, I guess you could pretty much say that, like, I'm back to like my normal self.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but
It's all
like,
about
as far as
practicing,
myself
huh?
goes,
Yeah.
yeah, as far as myself, I know I'm not back to myself, but I know people are like, yeah, Cam's back, but like, I know I'm not back like yet. I still got a little bit more work to do.
So you wouldn't consider yourself a fall off then?
No,
Okay.
no.
So,
You could, if anyone like is paying attention right now to scrims, you could just see like I'm not 0-15.
mhm.
In your opinion, right now, who's the toughest team you're facing?
Oh, GS easily.
Yeah.
They
what about-
got a lot on their hands.
Who's the second team lined up after them, you would say?
It's either between IFL and Five Kings. I personally haven't lost to either one of them, but because since I've been back, people like they told me about IFL, which I had no idea who they were, but apparently they're like a top team. But I haven't, like, during scrims. I don't know if they play differently in tournaments, but during scrims, they're not like that tough. And Five Kings is still a new team, so I guess I'll put it as IFL, because Five Kings is still new and IFL has a lot of. They've been around, I guess, for a little bit.
Mhm.
So IFL.
So you had mentioned ESL. ESL, in my opinion, is the biggest tournament organizer name that we could have in Critical Ops. What does it mean for you to kind of, come back? People were saying, "Oh, Cam can't play in ESL and all that," but we got approval that you could. You haven't lost in ESL, have you?
No, actually, I haven't. Well, I did actually lose it last year, but the actual big tournament, no, I didn't.
Okay.
But
So
like just the weeklies.
knowing
It was
that-
just the weeklies.
knowing that ESL's a big deal, there's no cash prize, but the tournament itself, ESL, has a huge name. Do you think the chances of you coming back and actually pulling off a W in some of these first early cups, do you think that's possible?
Yes, I do. I know it's going to be really hard, but I definitely think it's possible.
What do you
'Cause
think?
I know you mentioned the team kind of. It's a new team. People left. People came back. Kind of walk us through and talk about the lineup, the roster lineup, and the chemistry that you guys are trying to build.
Well, it kind of jumped for a little bit. When I first came back, the lineup switched back and forth. We didn't really know what it was, but now we have a pretty good idea. And during scrims, it's definitely showing that lineup is the one that we need to be playing with the most. It took time to do it, but the chemistry is getting there. And right now, it's just about learning each other's play style.
Yeah. Without giving away too much information, do do you guys have specific roles that you play in game? Do you have an IGL?
Are you back at sniping too?
Yeah, that's a lot of people want to know if your snipe game fell off.
No, my sniping game, it's like my sniping's just pretty much back to where it was. I just need to get back to learning my angles again. But other than that, yeah, I'm still sniping. Me and Evolve are the main operators of D2R. We really both just switch off and on because we both are pretty consistent with the op. But yeah, I'm back to sniping. And the roles, yes, me and Alpha do the IGL. Like, we both do it. We both switch off from it. It just depends on who's feeling it.
Right on. So you had mentioned Alpha, and I know we kind of went back and forth about having him come back to the team, not come back to the team. I personally do think he adds that element of experience over some of the other players in the past that we had on trials, for example. But do you think as a whole, our roster now could win multiple championships this year?
Oh yes, definitely.
Now,
we got the players, and you got the leaders. You got
the leaders are you and
support.
J7, correct?
No, you and like the org itself, like the support and all that, and then you just got pretty much right now everything's good. So like, there's nothing that can like go wrong. It's just us doing our part now.
Yeah.
And in your opinion, what's your favorite tournament you're going to play in this year?
Honestly, it's going to be when I come back from Alliance. Really and truly, that's what I'm waiting on.
Nice.
Because, I haven't played in a while, and I have never lost a Alliance. I've never lost one.
That is
so.
True.
Like when it's my time to come back, I'm gonna look for it. But ESL is the biggest tournament, and I'm ready for the ESL. I don't know if ESL is gonna do it again, but like if they have another big tournament like they did last year, which was the one that qualified for the LAN, like that tournament. If that's, I don't know if that's going to be there, but if that's there, then I'll put it at that one. But for now, until I get more information on tournaments, it'll be when I can make my comeback for Alliance.
I believe they will, to be honest. Because think about it, why would ESL come back if they weren't going to host a big tournament?
Maybe that's why they're only doing cases right now, too.
Because they want to see how the community reacts to it. Because ESL is known for big leagues and big tournaments, so it wouldn't make sense for them not to have a major LAN.
They're definitely the leading tournament in industry gaming.
And that's another thing, because a lot of people within the last year, and you've seen it, possibly some of your friends, they've left this game, left this community because they didn't believe it was going anywhere. Do you feel like they're really going to miss out on this year? Because I feel personally this year is going to be the biggest year for Critical Ops possible, because you're going to have the 1.0 release finally, and then I'm assuming since last year they didn't have any LANs, they're going to work extra hard to have LANs. Do you think that this year will be something that people that have left the community are going to miss out on?
It's hard to say, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a yes, because you're right about, I think Critical Ops is going to try extra hard, because I'm pretty sure they want to give us something. Like, well, if they've been here for this long, they're the ones that stayed with us, then I feel like they're going to give us something in return. So, yeah, I think 2018 will be a good year for CL. I'd love for there to be at least 2 or 3 LANs.
Yeah, that would be amazing, especially if D2R as a whole, as a team, got to go there. I know that, even though we're a very small org in the mobile esports world, if you think about it, we are going up head to head, toe to toe with really big orgs in our industry. So I think it's kind of cool that we have that respect, quote unquote, from these top tier orgs as being a small one. So like we appreciate a lot, like all the fans that we get from being such a small org, because everyone wrote us off last year, so it's a big thing for us to have star players, big influencers in this game, coming that want to be a part of D2R. So I think what you had mentioned that you're going to be uploading a lot more content. Is that true as well?
Yep, working on it.
Now tell us about some of the other games you play, because a lot of people they just mainly know you for Critical Ops, but I think you're actually pretty good at some other PC games. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm okay in PUBG.
What's your favorite PC game right now?
Oh, I think it's PUBG for sure.
PUBG.
Yeah.
Easy.
I mean, he says that. But I mean,
Like,
I've never played it, but I'm pretty sure I could take him.
1v1 right
it's
now,
PUBG.
guys, huh?
Yeah, I like PUBG a lot. I watch Shroud a lot, and I take like it's just a lot of the games you play. It's just about game sense. Like in PUBG, I'm just pretty good from like my game sense. Like I don't know, you just learn the game. Same as COPS, you just learn it, and then you just take it and then put it to your mind. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do this and that, and then like PUBG is like it's just a fun game to play. I just really enjoy playing it. It's like a relaxing game too. I don't even know, is PUBG eSports?
They're about to get into it.
There's
Yes.
some big tournaments for it as well.
They're about to be mobile as well too.
Yeah, I did see that, and when mobile comes out, oh, that's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
I know that'll be interesting to see if we should expand into that. Unfortunately, I don't want to take any of our COPS players away from COPS, but
I know.
In your opinion, what is the hardest weapon to use in COPS to get
yeah,
used
because I
to?
noticed since the update, the auto aim or the aim assist is different. So
I didn't even know that.
yeah, well, yeah, 'cause you just picked it back up, so I've noticed.
I've been gone
From
for
the last
4 months.
update. Yeah, it's been a while.
I guess I'd say the hardest gun to use. It's not really a hard gun to use. It's just more about your aiming, and it's like the most important round is the P250, the pistol round.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Because like if you're able to hit your shots and able to connect, then it's really hard. But that's really good. But like it's also at the same time it's hard because that's what you're focusing on.
Mhm.
Like I guess that's what I'd give it to.
Is there any other weapons you've been practicing with that normally you don't play with?
Only the revolver, the MR96, like in canals where you can watch like the crossing,
Mhm.
the one taps.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I've been. That's the only other gun I've been working with.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I agree. So, I don't know if you know this, but you got actually nominated for a lot of awards because Tyler and I, that we run Critical Points, we are putting on an award show probably near the end of this month, early February. But even with your absence, you actually got a lot of votes and nominations for things. How does that make you feel since you were actually not even still in the game, but you still got that recognition?
That's honestly what I always said I wanted from COPS. Like when I leave, I want to be remembered, and like it actually makes you feel really good. 'Cause I didn't even know that,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know. It feels pretty good because it's like a trophy.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you feel like since it's a new year, a new opportunity, like what kind of things do you plan on changing in your game or your motivation, if you even have any at all?
Well, my motivation is always to either get better. Like I never have a point where I just say I'm good enough to stop practicing. I just always keep going. That's just how I've always been. So like, I'm always motivated to get better. Like if I know this as a fact, and even though I've been gone for a long time, I still have it. I have more kills than anyone in COPS. It's just because I always play. It's just like I can't stop. You never stop. You always keep the grind going. So like I'm always motivated to get better.
Now, do you think besides like rank S and ranking in the actual game, like do you think just playing in general can help like a semi-pro to like new player actually learn the game mechanics of Critical Ops, or do you really think you have to be a part of a scrimming team or a semi-pro team to actually get better?
Yeah, you do need to be on like a semi team, or you can just rank S. Like I know there's some players that aren't even on teams; they just rank S and they improved.
What kind of
But like it's up to you. What did you say?
what kind of competitive gameplay would you like to see in the future of COPS?
Really, truly, I like the way COPS is. I feel like there does need to be more teams in it. But if I had, I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know. I've always only seen Seops one way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think there does need to be more competitive teams, and that's why I enjoy when like Valiance comes around, and then Mobile Esports does like their World Cup and kind of things like that, because you actually get to see how many teams are actually playing in this game that we don't even know about, because you know, now we're not necessarily grouped as like a middle to bottom tier team. We're actually put in the top tier. So it's interesting to see all these teams that come out of nowhere. IFL is a perfect example. Like while you were gone, they came out, made it through all of the qualifying for Valiance, and first week actually surprised a lot of people. So I think that's definitely what this game needs, to grow and get bigger. And then also I feel like the maturity level of the players in the community, especially on these top tier teams, you guys have to kind of set an example. And I know I've talked to you in the past and recently when we're not, you know, playing COPs, and people don't realize how much of the business and the professionalism that you actually showcase behind the camera that no one really knows about in VC, when you're trying to get the teams ready and stuff for scrims and getting them on. Like, how important is that to you to really rally everybody to get on and be dedicated? Because that's one of the problems that our team has had in the past, where we wouldn't be on for practice. Like, how is that a hard thing for you to do, or it just comes naturally as like a leader?
Well, it's just like we just said. It's just about dedication. Like, you either want it or you don't. And when you want it, you're gonna show up and get it. Like, I'm a person that I do a lot of life activities. Like, I hang out with my friends a lot. But now that I came back to COPS, like, you know, I try to tell people I gotta go home and make money and play games.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I just tell my friends, like, hey, I gotta go home.
It's true.
So, like,
You have
when
that
you're
extra amount of
dedicated,
motivation.
Yeah. It's really
When
about
you're-
dedication and how much you want to put in the work.
it's straight up to you. And like, that's the thing about right now with this team, is that everyone wants it. Everyone does want it.
Mhm.
There's not one person on the team that's like, I'm not gonna go to practice today because I'm gonna go do this. I'm going to the movies. I'm going with my friends. No, like, you can manage to go with your friends and then also play your time, whatever your team is.
Mhm.
Like, our team, we practice about 2 or 3 hours a day, and we just do it. And then once that's over with, you can go do whatever you want. Some people decide to go to the movies. Some people decide to go with their friends. Some people decide to stay on and just try to get better.
Now you mentioned something that is, as from a business side of us being owners, you mentioned something about making money in this game. As a mobile esport, a lot of people and parents don't realize that you can actually earn an income playing these kinds of games. And last year there was two $10,000, well, kind of two $10,000 prize pools out there. With this next year coming up, I kind of predict there'll be about a couple. There might be 1 or 2 10, but I kind of think there'll be like a $25,000 to $50,000 prize pool tournament. Now, that kind of money is a lot of money for someone your age. Now, what
Yes,
kind
it
of,
is.
like, you have that different, you look at this game as obviously you love to play, but also from a business perspective. How can you teach other players in this esport to kind of understand that mentality?
It's kind of hard to teach them. You just kind of got to tell them and show them like what you have.
No, that's true. That's true.
Like, I tell people all the time, like, I do this. Like, I've told people in my life, like my friends, I'm like, hey, I played this game and I make money. They're like, how?
Yeah.
I'm like, they're like, show it. I'm like, look at everything in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people in North America don't really know that esports has grown tremendously in the last couple years. And right now it's $1 billion industry that no one in North America really knows about.
So, one of the things that I think that's going to happen this year is the land, for sure. 100%. 100%. I'll say this right now. 100% we're going to have a land this year. How much harder do you guys feel like you would have to work to qualify for that land? Or do you just think keep doing everything the same way you have done now? Because, I mean, adding mental pressure can really make or break you in a game.
If we were going like we were going, we're gonna straight up qualify for it. But if we want to win it and come out on top, we'd have to put in a little extra work, because the way I see it for the first LAN, this is exactly how. This is how I'm gonna do it, and this is how, I'm gonna have to make the team do it. Is that we're gonna have to block out, like being like, this is the first LAN, like I'm finally meeting you, like that type of stuff, like getting excited. You want to go do this? Let's hang out. Let's go do this. No, like we're gonna have to sit down and talk. Go ahead and talk about CL. Like as much as I'd love to sit around and visit, we're gonna have to go ahead and get down to business. Because like the first LAN, I want to win it. I want to win LAN. Like I don't care who it's against, who's on my Well, obviously it'll be this team, but like I just want to win it, and it's gonna come down to that. After we're done winning, then we can have fun and celebrate and have fun. Visit. When I get there, it's gonna have to go straight to business.
Yeah, it's all about business at that point. You have to take those distractions and put them aside, because while you're there, while everyone else probably is, being caught up in the moment, we want to be focused. Like while they're out, like mingling and talking to fans, or out with their teams partying. If we're in there grinding and mentally preparing ourselves for the matches at hand, like we have that edge. We definitely have that edge. And
you're gonna have to know that it's gonna be hard. Yeah. Like being able to meet my team for the first time. I've been playing with this. I've been knowing most of these players for 2 or 3 years, maybe even longer. And the first time seeing them, like it's gonna be hard. Just straight up picking up my iPad and putting on headphones. Let's go. But you know what? It'll be worth it.
Absolutely.
So I ask everyone this: where do you want to see LAN this year?
Yeah, do you want it in NA, or do you want it in Europe? Like, where do you want it?
I'd probably like it. I mean, I've never been out of country, so I guess I can only really say I'd want it in NA. And if I had to choose where it was going to be,
you can't say Texas.
I'm not going to say Texas. Trust me, I'm not going to say Texas.
Yes.
Honestly, I'd like to see it in either maybe Seattle.
That'd be interesting.
Or
in the Seahawks Stadium,
Chicago. That would be really fun. Honestly, if it was any football stadium and there was a LAN, I wouldn't care which stadium.
I agree. Texans, that'd be awesome.
At that point, I don't care if it is in Texas.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
That's pretty cool. So
probably Seattle or New York, which I'm going to New York in a few weeks. So.
Yeah,
nice.
Barclays Center would be an amazing event. They held ESL 1 there before in the past, so
should definitely check out Cooperstown too. Baseball Hall of Fame.
So, anything outside of gaming you want to tell your fans?
Nothing much. I haven't been doing much. I've been just hanging out, doing whatever. And then
what about advice for up and coming players?
You just have to want it, and if you want it, you'll go get it. That's the way that's what I tell everyone. Yeah. If anyone ever asks me how do I do what I do, I just tell them that you want it, you gotta do it. It's simple as that.
Right on. Well, I think that's pretty much all we have for today. Shout out to Cam's Twitter. It's at CamCops. And his YouTube, so we'll be posting that in the link. And then also, maybe he'll start streaming on Twitch. I don't know. So we'll figure that out in the future.
We'll keep everyone updated on that.
But yeah, man, good luck to you guys in ESL. I believe it's on the 27th. I'd like to take home the W. That'd be really cool. But for everybody, I'm Legacy, and this is Media. And for Cam, we're saying
peace. Thanks for coming on the show, buddy.
Yeah.